All right, so I am going to give you a tour of my house. We've been here, I think this will be our third-ish week. It's still a hot mess, but I also told everybody at the very beginning, like, I'm going to be real. This is real life, and this is how my house looks right now. So I'm going to give you a little tour. Hopefully, as time goes, you'll get to see changes and improvements. But yeah, it's definitely not perfect. It's definitely messy. Dirty dishes. I have Dutch heritage, and so normally it's you clean the house from top to bottom before anybody walks in your door, right? So allowing myself to, and I am going to show you right now without any cleaning up. So here we go. Here's my house tour. All right, so we are walking into my front door, my front entry. We have a nice little front entrance right here. One thing I've learned with a house and living on the farm, we always have dirty shoes. So we added some different things, and the kids are typically leaving their shoes on the floor, but we're working on each one of them has their own little slot. One thing I do love is this original farmhouse sink with a little medicine cabinet above it. I am hoping to reuse this someday when we get to do an addition. I also added this walk-through screen. There's so many flies that are on the house and with animals. I just feel like we constantly have flies. So this has kind of actually helped keep the flies at least in the porch versus it all just flying right into the house. And my kids never close the door fast enough. So just push through and you can walk through. When we first bought the house, where this black is on the floor, that was actually kitchen cabinets. And then you can see where they were up on top too. And then this is right where the oven was. So this, from this point on, this was not here. This right here was actually where a cabinet was. And then right here is where the oven was. And then there's a little end cabinet. And this is where the fridge was. So, and then this dishwasher is actually a transportable dishwasher. So in order for it to run, you have to hook up this hose to the sink. And then it fills it, and then it drains it right here into the sink. So that was actually sitting right here, which covered up all of these drawers, so we weren't able to access it. I'm not gonna lie, this has been probably the biggest struggle for me because I didn't realize so often I would fill up the dishwasher, I'd start the dishes, and then whatever wasn't in the dishwasher, I'd wash. And now I'm like, you can't really wash dishes at the same time as your dishwasher. It's kind of a one or the other. And it's been a big struggle for me trying to figure out a new routine. So yeah, this was definitely a one-bucket kitchen. We had this little buffet table that we turned into a little miniature island for right now. And we got some little chairs. This pantry, when we came, we had the shelves here, but we actually added shelves on this side. I painted this whole room and added like this little vinyl covering. We had plans to do this side too, but ran out of time, so we just quick threw these in from when we moved. And then yeah, we painted. There's a few holes, like we had a patch here, and then there's also another hole up there. I guess before they put tin on the roof, the front porch would leak and it would just come down. We actually did find the original swinging door to the pantry, so my hope is at some point we'll get that put back on, but we need to do some repairs because things are sagging and the door doesn't swing anymore. So I'm guessing that's probably why they removed it. So yeah, that was the kitchen. And then there originally was a wall here. That was, so from this point right here over was the kitchen. And then where here is, this is their dining room. So these cabinets and stuff weren't here. And then, yeah, we put our fridge over here, and then I had this cabinet. So we kind of are just doing a makeshift kitchen for right now. My father-in-law, before they moved out, he fixed the flooring right here and patched it with some old. We'll have to refinish the floors. Then this dining room table is one that my husband and father built. So it's a really cool, huge, heavy table. We actually had to take out the kitchen cabinet in order to get this in. And so that was part of the reason why we flipped the kitchen forward. This tabletop was meant for a conference room. My husband got it for $50. It's always been a temporary tabletop. The goal is to build one that matches, but just haven't gotten that done. And then we have this old hutch and another dresser that I'm purposing. This is going to be a very large hutch. It also has a top. My father and I were working on refinishing it, and he actually crushed his hand. So progress has stopped. So right now it's just kind of here and safe, but we do have the top with glass and everything that we'll be adding. This room will eventually become, I believe, like an office and craft room for me. Right now it is my kids' room. So I have 3 kids in here. We have different dividers, so they have a little privacy. And then they all have their own dresser. And then I bought this little movable coat rack, and that's their current closet. And I just put our paper plates and cut a hole out of them. That way they can put their clothes in their section, so it's easier to find. So yeah, just 3 dressers, and then the dirty clothes hamper. Typically it's definitely lived in when you got 3 kids in a small place, but it is working. This is the master bedroom. We have a master closet. It is a hot mess. Oh, and I moved this chair in here from our Linda vacuuming. So yeah, this is walk-in closet right now. It's just, everything is just thrown in here. All of our clothes are mixed up, shoes are everywhere. The goal is to get this reorganized by this week, but I am not feeling overly motivated. So that's why it is what it is. And we still have boxes left over from moving. Haven't gotten to that, but hopefully this week I'll be putting those away. This has become my office for now, since the kids are in the office. And so this is where I do all my paperwork. And then my husband likes to do workouts in the morning, so he kind of has all of his weights tucked away there. Bedroom. Just a few days ago, this was completely full of boxes. So I did get that done. Then we have a nice walk-in, nice cabinets, and a toilet, obviously.
Yep. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Next up is the living room. So they did add these built-ins. Right now it's all boxes and miscellaneous stuff, but it's just a nice size living room. And then this is like one of the original bathrooms. This is the bathtub my husband used when he was a kid. I don't know, I have my camera zoomed out, but like if this isn't zoomed out, it's very tiny. Like you're looking at 4 feet wide. And then, yeah, they added cabinets and stuff later when they redid a bathroom upstairs. But it was quite a few years that my husband used. This was the one and only bathroom in the farmhouse. So right now, it's just a guest bath / kids bathroom. Dreams and plans to change that, but it is what it is right now. And then if you go upstairs, this is going to be our actual first our kitchen. Opening up the kitchen was our first little mini project, but this is going to be our first big project. So if you go up the stairs, we have this fun nook that someday the kids have talked about turning into like a reading nook, or it was used for storage, but I'm short, so it doesn't make things very accessible. And then as you go up the stairs, we have a bathroom, I think, that they added in the 90s, I believe. So, and a shower, and then nice a toilet. Can you give me a minute, Huey? And then this was the crib that was left in here. We had to take it apart a little bit to be able to get it out of the room. We turned this bedroom into a kids' hangout room. Hey, Nora.
Hey, Mom.
So the kids have been playing Lincoln Logs right now. This is the smallest bedroom. There used to be a chimney here that they just took out, I think about 2 years ago when they redid that stuff downstairs. But this has kind of been the kids' hangout room for now. We have the room at the end of the hallway. This is probably going to be one of the first ones that we end up gutting. All of the bedrooms are plaster, and we're pretty sure this one maybe has some new electrical, but we're not sure if it's new electrical or just new outlets. A lot of stuff had knob and tube yet. I might need to get a tool or pliers for that, Huey. So if you want to bring it downstairs, I'll try to fix it, okay? Okay? So we did start taking off some of the trim. We plan on saving all of that and refinishing it. This one does have a decent closet. And then the third bedroom upstairs. And we already started taking off the trim here, and then my husband bought this tool. It's called a badger, honey badger. We saw it's a demo fork, and it works really well. It's heavy, but then you can take it and kind of smash it, and then you can take the forks on it and then pry off the plasterlets. But they did do a blown-in insulation at one point, and it's very fine, and so it's going to be a lot of extra work. But we're pretty sure this is all knob and tube in here as well. Part of the main reasons why we're hoping to redo it as better insulation, and so hopefully, we can take care of the electrical. And this is probably the biggest closet upstairs. It goes a long way back there. But that is the upstairs tour. Ella, can you shut the doors, please? And the one on the other part of the house, too. Ella? This used to be a walkout door. But then when they redid the roof, they raised it up and made it slanted so that way they wouldn't have those water issues, and they replaced it with this window.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while.
And then this goes down into the basement. Hold on, buddy, I'm doing a video. Okay, so you walk down the basement, and this is a lower level entry that you can go outside. Currently, we keep all of our pet food in it. And we have our laundry, and kind of made a makeshift laundry room. Had an old table from our other house, and my husband added a curtain rod. So I have a little laundry station for folding. We did bring our deep freeze down here, and we just, my brother just butchered. So we have a half a beef in here, which saves us a lot of money. And we have ground hamburger and steaks. It's just so nice to be able to run downstairs and grab the meat you need versus having to go to the grocery store. Even though it's not very far from home, that convenience is wonderful, but also it is exponentially cheaper to butcher than it is to go to town every time and buy. We also have homegrown sweet corn that we froze, and then we also buy bulk cheese from Sam's Club and then divide it out into smaller packages, and that also helps save some money. So here's a little bit of a shame corner. This is all the things where we didn't know where to put, so we just quick threw down the stairs. Another project for another day, right? And then over here, the other half of the basement, my husband added this heavy duty coat rack up there. We have done foster care, so we typically have coats and everything from itty bitty baby all the way to grown adult. But we have found that there's water issues in the basement. So currently this half just sits empty. We hope to do some problem solving and figure that out soon. And then when we went down here, this door was not accessible. It was stuck. So I ended up popping out the pins and looking underneath here, and there was a bunch of water issues. We did get this water issue solved already, but there's some glass box and some old wash bins with the original bases and some other miscellaneous things in the back. So hopefully we can kind of dig into this, and a lot of the wood is actually rotten in here because of all of the water issues. So a problem we will have to fix sooner than later. And it doesn't look like much down here, but I will say we already have made some improvements. We got just a water softener, and we added our own washing machine. I can't even explain how much better it is than what it was for me. And then this is a kind of fun thing that I had no idea was down here either, is a cellar. So full of cobwebs and miscellaneous things, but I look forward to cleaning that out as a project and filling it up with our own stuff, hopefully in the next year or two. And that is our house tour. So we've done a few little things, but hopefully you can be along with us in this journey to see the progress we've made and the improvements. We know we're not going to do everything right, but we are hopeful that we can continue to improve it and fit our family.